I was looking forward to a perfect time. I knew the weather would be good. You know, the beach was fantastic. The hotel itself was wonderful.
I was very, very excited. So, you know, I was thinking all-inclusive, so I was looking forward to the food.
We were looking really forward to it, I think, because you'd worked all year and things like that.
Main holiday at year,
and our Bronwyn were like...
As a holiday, when we do it, we really look forward to it, like to live it up, fill your boots, sort of thing.
I was still a bit wary because of the Bardo attacks, as anyone else would be. But we were staying in a completely different part of the country. You know, as we thought, a bit safer, more for tourists.
I thought that was just miles away. I thought, well, we're going to be protected, otherwise government it's a no-go to travel.
I was aware, like everybody else, of the prior attack. In my opinion, had there been a threat to travel, then we wouldn't have been travelling.
Because something has already happened there, you would naturally think that it would be safe. But when I discussed it with Ben, Ben was against the idea of going to Tunisia, but I managed to persuade him that it would be okay.
It was a beautiful day and I wanted to go to the beach. So my husband had already been down to put some towels for us to sunbathe, and I didn't want to sit there. So I remember saying, I can't sit here, I feel vulnerable. And that's not something I would generally say. I don't know why I said it, but I knew I had to move.
Because it was my birthday, Ben had planned for me to go paragliding, so he'd booked for me to do that. But we got down to the beach quite early, so it was about 10:30 we got to the beach.
So we went on Friday morning, we went down, didn't we?
Yeah. Then our Bronwyn, she wanted to go into the sea, so we went into the sea.
I went into the sea, didn't I?
Yeah.
Everyone was in a high mood.
Yeah, very friendly.
Yeah, mostly English people, really.
It was just happiness and just a really lovely situation.
The gentleman on the beach moved us back a few rows.
Right, on the back row.
Onto the back row. Unfortunately, the first people to be shot were there.
I was just reading my book. You'd gone for a little dip in the water, and that's when, I thought fireworks at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and suddenly popping off.
Hey, can you hear that? Can you hear that gunfire?
And I just thought maybe it was, I don't know, someone selling something on the beach. So I instantly sort of sat up and started looking.
Whoa. That was an explosion, that.
That was like a grenade.
Once you realise what is happening, you hear them bangs and fireworks going off.
That's the first thing I thought straight away, didn't we?
And then, like I say, you come up then and said...
The shooting, Richard, the shooting.
I said, are you sure? And then
As I'm telling you, the shooting.
I heard the gunshot. My stomach was lurching. I think I was trying to compose myself for what was about to happen. And then a Tunisian man ran towards me and he said, get down and run for your life.
علاش خويا علاش الناس كانت قاعده سياح لا رجمها حرام عليك رجمها علاش يا ولك
I could see people sort of running, but it's a weird feeling because everything was in slow motion and everything turned silent. I didn't hear anyone scream. I just completely froze. And my brother said to me, "I'm sure that was a gun."
I looked to the side of me, and that was when I could see the whole beach stampeding towards me. So I then turned and ran towards Ben.
All I could see was just a wave of people in sunbeds. And I obviously Shelley was down by the water, so I had to spot Shelley. And I had the engagement ring in the bag as well, so I had to make sure I got that bag with me, grab Shelley, and there was a lane that went straight from our little beach area to the hotel gates.
Next thing he told us to run up into this street. We went to first shop. I think his shutters were down. He'd already put them shutters down, and it says so we couldn't go in there. And then we run up to end shop. There were quite a few, and as there were, I would say 15 to 20 people in that shop.
Yeah, but I couldn't remember that many.
Things weren't there? Like, there were tool cupboards, there were like a motorbike in, and then you think, bloody hell, if he comes in here, if he comes in this shop,
he's got all those.
Thing like it is we're gone.
Everyone just started running. I lost my husband. I don't know what happened, and my dad had earphones in, and I just remember screaming, "Run! We need to run!" and grabbing your hand.
We were running towards our hotel, and the gates were, ajar, ready to be closed. And I think they were just trying to get as many people in as they could. And luckily our hotel was closed off in time. And
people were just screaming, and then I started hearing the grenades going off, which was actually the wall at the side of us. And we come to a crossroad, and I honestly thought that's where we're going to get ambushed. I really thought there's going to be people creating a distraction one end, and there was going to be other people ready to kill us the other end. I really thought I was going to die. Sorry.
When I got my bearings and looked around, I could see my husband was struggling. And he told me to go ahead with the children. As a mum, as a parent, that's what you have to do. And we were all in a narrow area, and we were all on boiling hot concrete. My son was terrified. I had stopped. I could see the blood on the floor from my feet, and then I can hear more gunfire and grenades. I honestly thought at that point that we were all going to die, and we made the choice to stay together.
It's like you see this on telly.
Yeah.
You can't imagine. I'm on holiday. What? I've took my family on holiday. I'm guilty of affecting my family on holiday, and
It got you that.
And then we're going to lose. I'm going to lose. We're not going to be here. The things like I say, you're shaking, you're running, you're that scared. The thoughts like you think, I've got to protect. You could hear gunshots like at back of us, and you could hear them like at both sides. It felt like we were piggy in the middle.
They told us to go back to our rooms. After watching the news, we had a bit of an idea that it was a bad situation.
We locked ourselves in the room, and my son turned on his phone and looked at Twitter. And when we looked, there were bodies everywhere.
At this point, there was army helicopters flying around. You could see the army at the beach. So I kind of felt safe knowing that there was someone there to help.
We decided that we would take mattresses off the bed and barricade ourselves in. We couldn't leave the hotel. It was impossible. It was too much of a danger.
We've just had a call from the office a few moments ago. We are going to be putting on flights for you this evening, going back to the UK. Okay, please do settle down with noise because I need everyone to hear this, and I don't want to have to repeat myself. No, I'll take questions at the end. Sir, excuse me, sir, please.
Just wanted to get home then. And even when you're on the coach, it was pitch black and you're going through the desert, and
that was just not nice. Going to the
what's out there, just
I felt petrified, even just sitting on the plane. But I knew I was going home. I knew I was going home to my family. But still, I just, you know, you hear about things happening on planes, that these things happen, and so I just did not feel safe. I needed to be with my family and back home in, you know, in my safety.
Oh yeah, I was scared.
The minute we landed, I felt I could breathe. I felt that I had held my breath for 24 hours.
Just frightened of every move I make now, and it's completely changed our lives altogether, hasn't it?
Sometimes I'll lock doors and walk upstairs and I think he's going to come and get me. I think he's going to come and get me, grab my legs and do me, kill me and family. You know, you get these are some thoughts, and then you'll wake up on a night sweating, shaking.
Red hot,
you know,
and I'm
proper,
like that,
I mean,
and I freak out.
I know what proper nightmares are now.
سايب الكلام. يلا شوف فيلم شوف فيلم ما ماتت.
I don't know whether it could have been prevented, because when that man woke up that morning, he knew what he was going to do, and he didn't care how he did it or who he devastated. I don't know if there was been more security on the beach, whether that would have helped.
There were so many people that their lives have been torn apart from this one day, and just finding out exactly why that happened, and hopefully, just some sort of
closure for the families, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Closure for the families, of course.
All we did was guilty of going on holiday, relaxing working people, and 38 never come back. And I feel so sorry for them.
I came home with my family, and I was lucky. For those people, there has to be some justice. I know it can't change the outcome.